Hey, what's up? It's Genesis and I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you my master chain, what it is and my mastering process. This video idea was suggested by Leyland Chapman, of which they left a comment about this on my Rhythm with Serum video. I know the comment also mentioned other topics like sound design and other preset racks, but I'll get to them in other videos later. Before I begin, here's a disclaimer. There's no right or wrong master chain, just like how there's no right or wrong way to produce, mix, or do anything creatively. However, there are guidelines that help you make good outcomes. And because of this, I know my master chain isn't the best out there, but it does well enough for me. Feel free to take any inspiration from my master chain, and if you'd like to just get it entirely, you can go to the link in the description to my website and you can get it for free. There's also a link on the top right of the screen right now. So, without further ado, let's get into it. My master chain was first built in order to achieve and balance that warm sound of audio rendered through tape to the modern pushed low and high end sound. As I primarily produce hip hop, that warm sound is what I wanted to achieve consistently, but as I began producing more and more electronic based music, the focused low and high end was in more demand later on. After many sessions of trial and error within the past few years, I ended up with this, and it consists of 4 sections. We have the toggle section, tape emulator section, the glue and color section, and the surgical section. So the toggle section, it turns on and off other sections in the master chain, kind of like a quick A/B toggle switch. And it also has some other utilitarian features as well. Over here we have the mono switch to check the mix in mono. Over here we have the bass mono switch, frequency cutoff knobs, 12 to 24 decibel mono filter steepness, and Q factor knobs. I don't use it as often anymore since I ensure mono bass frequencies in individual channels already, but it's just there for emergency. I also have a pre-mixed volume macro. This is mainly used to either bring down the incoming volume to the master chain for more headroom, or for increasing the incoming volume in order to push the tape emulator further for a more aggressive sound. Moving on, we have the tape emulator section. This section is actually a modified version of the analog tape channel strip preset under Audio Effect Rack and the mixing and mastering subgroup. The only thing I've changed on this rack is that I've replaced the low and high shelf macros with the wobble emulator. It's basically a delay plugin with full wet at repitch mode, which is controlled by a Max for Live LFO tool. The LFO tool changes the delay time, and because of the delay effect being at repitch mode, the change in delay time creates that pitch change. I have macros set for the wobble amount, wobble speed, and type. The type selects different types of LFO waveforms. You've got sine, saw up, saw down, triangle, square, random, and bin. Bin means binary, so it's either a fully 1 or fully 0. After this we have the glue and color section, which is also called the control section. And this is where the more modern sound is achieved. We have the dry wet macro for the glue compressor, and it's a preset called Mastering Make It Loud. We have a 24 decibel low cut filter, and it gets rid of any residual frequencies from a range of 10 to 60 Hz. There's also a low and high shelf cut or boost, from a minimum of 15 decibels reduction and a maximum of 15 decibels boost. We also have a limiter input volume, and we have 2 knobs here called low breath and high breath. These two macros control Fresh Air by Slate Digital. It has a more natural sound compared to just boosting 15 kHz, and because of that, I like using it. Finally, we have the surgical section, and it's controlled by the master EQ toggle switch over here. I use this to surgically EQ out some harsh frequencies that are in the mix. And I can also use the toggle switch as a quick A/B to check if the cuts are doing a bit too much. Depending on if I'm rendering out an EDM song or not, I tend to add a digital clipper at the end of a chain. After rendering the song out, I go through another small mastering stage in Audacity where I check for more residual frequencies below 10 Hz, and I normalize and use Audacity's inbuilt limiter. It's actually surprisingly really transparent. Even the 10 Hz low cut is actually surprisingly really transparent. By using that low cut, it can reduce the file size by a ton. And one more additional note, my master chain in Ableton is made entirely out of stock plugins, other than that one third-party plugin which is Fresh Air by Slate Digital. So, if you'd like to get this master chain from my website, please make sure you have Fresh Air before you get it. And that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really like saying it, but if you did, feel free to like and sub to buff my algorithm RNG. Leave a comment if you want to say something, and maybe share it to someone if you think it's useful. You can further support me by listening to my music. Links for those are in the description, as well as my most recent release. You can also join my Discord server where I mainly post cool music I find, as well as other announcements and all the other stuff. I also have the official website. Feel free to take a visit. It's got my drum kits, sample packs, Ableton racks for free, just like my master chain, a blog for more announcements and other stuff, and more. Link is in the description, as well as my social medias as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and stay creative. See you in a bit.